Today we're revisiting Anissa Helou's book, Levant. I'm gonna make PITA. No, not the dude from the Hunger Games books and some of those movies, but actually PITA bread, KHOBZ ARABI. So this is gonna be a game that will not leave you hungry. My name is Paul Tran, and this is Paul Tran, Baker Man. This pita bread, or KHOBZ ARABI, is actually from Anissa Helou's book, The Levant. I'm going to link to the book so that you can get the book yourself, as well as her website in the show notes below, but I'm going to walk you through the recipe anyway. I have 500 grams of flour and a heaping teaspoon of yeast, action yeast actually, just a little bit more than a teaspoon. Here are 2 teaspoons of fine sea salt, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Whisk it up. The instructions say to actually make a well and then put in your olive oil. Then I'm gonna make a well here, but I'm just kind of a hole. But I'm gonna put in my 60 milliliters of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And instead of kneading it by hand, I'm going to use my dough hook to actually do this. So I'm going to turn this on until it is just all combined to one big mass. At this point, I'm going to add my 310 milliliters of slightly warm water, because really it's kind of lukewarm. I don't want it to go above 90 degrees at all, because that will kill off the yeast. And I definitely do not want that at all. So I'm gonna pour some in right now and just have this on low. It's starting to look pretty good, so I'm gonna add the rest of the water. Now we're just gonna let it combine. Okay. It's looking pretty sticky already, but I don't want any flour stuck on the bottom here. So I'm just gonna let it come up a little bit just so it gets a chance to get hydrated and mix up a little bit more. Excellent. It is all combined. Yeah, I'm gonna lock this in and turn it down on high for 4 minutes. It's feeling good to touch. It's really soft now. I'm gonna knead it a couple times by hand. I'm gonna dust my board here with some flour. So I'm just throw it by hand. Basically, you just grab a chunk of flour, you just throw. Why do I always do this when I have gray on or black? The reason why I'm doing this by hand, just to finish it up, is because I just want to give it a couple even kneads. Covered this with some more flour. Make sure my hands are well covered in flour. Pat. And when you read the book, she actually does everything by hand. Of course, I'm kind of a little bit of an outlaw. This is already feeling really, really nice. So there's not much kneading on my part that's going to be needed. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, this is smooth. It's elastic. It's really soft to the touch. I think it's ready. So I've already put some oil into a bowl And I'm gonna put this on there, and I'm just gonna coat this with some oil. It'll help keep it from drying out. I'm gonna cover this with a damp tea towel, and then I'm gonna fold it in about an hour. It's been an hour. Let's see how the dough's done. Oh, good. It's expanded. It is definitely larger than what it was before. So at this point, I'm gonna just tighten the dough. So I'm just gonna turn. So I'm flouring my hands, and what I'm doing is that I'm reaching in, and then I'm just pulling across. I'm gonna do this for the other side. Just reach from the one side, and then just flip it over to the other side. And do this again. And that's it. So now I'm gonna just let it sit for another hour before we start shaping it. Another hour has passed. Let's look to see how it is, and yeah, that looks great. It is definitely double in size, so that's exactly how I want it. I throw a little flour on top. And throw a little flour on the board. Evenly coat it, so cool. So this should give me 10 pieces of dough. I'm gonna measure them out to be just under 90 grams. It's 56. That's 88. Just one. So these little bits of dough, what I'm gonna do is kind of fold them under into a ball. There. So roll each of these into a ball. There we have it. There's 10 pita ready to go. I'm gonna just put my towel back over it and let it sit for another 45 minutes. Let's check out this dough. It's beautiful. It's all soft to the touch. It's smoothed over. They've expanded. I'm very happy about this. So, let me make some room here. Make sure that this is well floured. It is. Have my rolling pin. I like a French rolling pin, but use whatever kind you like. We're gonna want to make this about 6 inches across, just in a circle. In the book, she says that if you have a pasta roller, you could just put this in there also, which is a very interesting idea. Oh, looking very tortilla-like. Let's see how I did. 6 inches. Perfect. So some lined baking sheets. Just gonna put these on here. My first pan is ready to sit, so I'm gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes and let it rest. I went to lay my head on these pillowy pita breads, but I won't put my face on it. I'm at my cookbook club, and the pita have turned out beautifully. I'm about to try it out right now. It's made a little like mint, yogurt, and cucumber sauce. It's fantastic. Oh yeah, it's gonna go well with the lamb and meatballs that somebody brought. What would be good in pita? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, subscribe and like this video.